Hi, beautiful people. Today I want to talk about how you discover, unleash, and finesse your own mastery and translate mastery as superpowers. In the last 20 odd years that I've been a transformative visionary quantum coach, I've seen over and over and over that every single person has the most incredible, unique genius and mastery inside them. I mean, everybody does. Even if you think you don't, you do. And the world at large just doesn't give us space to discover them, to unleash them, to finesse them into superpowers, because we all have them and they're all different. So one of the things I want to do in the upcoming Quantum Coach Experience series is I want to help everybody in it find their superpowers, their mastery, their uniqueness that lets them become a quantum coach like never before. So sure, we've all learned great things from loads of bodies of work, and we've practiced and we've finessed and we've got years of our own life experience to bring to the game. But what about the superpowers? I mean, that's where the real magic hits the road. That's where people really move, is when you can access those superpowers. So how does one do that? Well, first of all, you have to know and believe that you have them. You have superpowers inside you, just waiting to burst free. Everybody does, and it's different in every person. When I ask them, when I get into detail with people, I'm just amazed at the things they say they can do, that they've done since they were little kids. And then they'll say to me, well, doesn't everybody do that? And I'll be like, no, no, that's unique to you, and it's amazing. And then I start to ask questions about, well, what is that for you, and how do you use it? How do you access it? How would you get someone else to access that? And then what starts to happen is they get all this sudden clarity, and the power starts to rise the moment the questions begin, the moment the exploration begins. Then this power starts to rise from within to fill that mastery or superpower with this incredible power. Because again, that's where the magic hits the road. Really, that's where people really move. I'll give you some examples of it from myself. I, the other day, was working with someone who was really quite struggling, really quite lost in themselves. And while I was asking some very good and interesting questions, I was also uplifting that person energetically and calling present the power of their being, and giving them over the ability and power to know themselves fully once again. And by the end of the call, that person was like, oh my God, thank you, I'm back. I'm back to normal, and was off and rolling in the game again. That's just one example. I've seen many like that. I've recently asked people in my other series, well, what about you? And some of them tell me that as a kid, they got to be one with the ocean and with the wind and with animals. And I mean, not just become one with, but actually transfer their consciousness and experience that. Well, imagine the power that's inside that ability. If we can do that, how connected do you have to be? How much ability do you have to gift them something extraordinary while you're experiencing their lives with them? I don't think that necessarily means that person would go be one with the person they're coaching. They might not, but their ability to do it with the oceans, with the universe, with the winds, with, whatever, offers a unique mastery to the skill of bringing a person to new heights within themselves. So as a quantum coach, that person would have an incredible ability to move life for others in a way that maybe somebody else wouldn't have access to. I was asking another person this morning about her ability with wonder. And she started to talk about how she lives in a web of wonder, and that wonder is a force, a power. It's not just a feeling we experience when we see something beautiful. It's a force or a power from the universe that brings life. Well, imagine how she's going to be once she gets the full clarity, knowledge, insight, finesse of being able to weave wonder for others in their lives and how they can discover themselves extraordinarily. So there's just a few examples, and there's unique ones to every single being on the planet. So there may be 7+ billion unique masteries and superpowers. So I want to invite you to come join me on the Quantum Coach series. It starts tomorrow. In that series, you'll have a monthly call with me for 3 months. You'll also have 6 group Zoom calls where we'll be exploring quantum coaching and the experience of that, because I decided about 2 years I didn't want to teach anymore, because when you teach people, they're left with your knowledge, your wisdom, your abilities, your way. And I want them to discover their own power, their own uniqueness, their own mastery. And so now I'm doing it all as experiential, as opposed to teaching and learning. And I do throw in some of that, but what I want people to do is not latch on to some other person's way to do it, but to instead unleash the power of their own way. So if that calls to you, if you want to dive in over the next 3 months and have a ball unleashing your own mastery and your own superpower, come join me in the Quantum Coach Experience. It starts tomorrow. You will find it on thevisionarynetwork.com. And if you just look at the menu bar and go down to Quantum Coach, you will find all the details, and you can register there, or you can private message me on Facebook or send me an email. It's Solera@thevisionarynetwork.com. I would love to hear from you, and I would love to have you in the series, because the more masteries we unleash and the more people around the planet, the more the human race moves to its awesome, infinite, incredible, limitless future. So there you go. Come play. I'd love to have you join me. Lots of love. Bye.